Hello everyone, my name is Azad Singh. I am Sergeant at Arm at South Delhi Toastmasters Club and I warmly welcome all of you, including the dear guests who have taken time out to attend the meeting. So I start with Toastmasters Club mission. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. In Toastmasters, we have some meeting ground rules, and the rules are we do not talk about gender biased based subject, religion, and politics. Hence, it is advised not to do so in an offensive manner. Please keep your camera on during the entirety of the meeting unless your internet connection does not permit you to do so. Please keep your audio muted unless you have a speaking role. If you need to move away from your device, please mute your audio and video. Please make sure your call and text notifications are silent. And if you need to take a call, please do so after the meeting finishes or mute your audio and video first. After each speaker finishes their speech, please participate and encourage them by giving one commendation and one recommendation through private chat, and guests can participate. There will be voting after each section, so I encourage everyone to vote. The chat box will be open, but refrain from sending unnecessary messages to avoid disturbing the speaker. No one apart from the timer as the co-host and any role player like speaker, Toastmaster of the day, general evaluator, table topic master, speech and supplementary evaluators can share screen. Members without roles except supplementary evaluators and guests who wish to participate in the table topic session should do so with by being visible on video. And I reiterate this that in table topic session, guests can also participate. With this, as suggested during the briefing, I hand over the virtual stage to our very dynamic President Saiba, Toastmaster Arushi Kapoor. Virtual stage is all yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Razad. Thanks for always starting the meeting with a bright smile and that kind of energy. I welcome all of you, members of South Delhi Toastmasters, guests. Welcome to our meeting today. And the theme of today's meeting is humor. So I will, of course, share a story with you, and hopefully you find it humorous. So there was a British admiral, okay, and he was sitting with his team and they were strategizing about an upcoming war, right? And so they're all strategizing, and then an informer runs into the space where the discussion was going on, and he tells them that there is a ship who's ready to attack, and now there's an enemy right outside. But the admiral says to the second in command, please go and get my red coat. And then he wears his red coat and they go off to war to fight it out. Luckily, everything goes well after a strenuous war. And of course, there was a lot of killing, all of that, but they managed to win the war. Now, the second in command was still a little curious as to, why did he, ask for that red coat before going to the war when the enemy was right outside and didn't immediately go and get ready for the war. So he goes to the admiral and asks him, and the admiral says, I'm out, I'm fighting it out, and my army, my troop is watching me. Say if I get blood stains, those people should not get discouraged because the red coat will camouflage all the blood that I get, during the war. And he said, wow, that's a great strategy. And, he's thinking about this. And then there's another informer who runs into the room and says that, Admiral, there are 6 ships standing outside for warfare. They're ready to attack. And then he goes on to the second in command and tells him, now just go and get my brown pants. Yeah, like I said, I hope you understood what he meant by that. See, he was about to shit his pants. So, yeah. Today also happens to be the birthday of 80th birthday of Stephen Hawking, a man who had an iron will. He got a disease due to which he was paralyzed at the age of 22. But his iron will was such that, he created a life for himself. He could only move his eyeballs, but the man had a strong will. He fathered 3 children. He was married. And of course, he was a very humorous man. If you have watched Big Bang Theory, you would have seen the account to which he had a humorous side. And he's someone I've always appreciated and looked up to. So wishing Stephen Hawking's an 80th birthday. Now it is time for me to introduce the Toastmaster of the day. We all are in lockdown, and with lockdown comes sadness and a little gloom. The weather is also not doing justice, and it's further on adding to the gloom. But who's come to our rescue? Toastmaster Abu SHADAB with his theme, humor. So I would like to call onto stage with a round of applause, the powerhouse and the most articulate Toastmaster of South Delhi Toastmasters. Toastmaster Abu SHADAB, the virtual stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Arushi. Before we kickstart, there's a quick activity for all of you. Here's what you need to do is first we'll say haha. Okay, so let's do it. Let's do it. Haha.
Haha.
Very good. Hee hee. Hoo hoo. Haha hee hee hoo hoo.
Haha hee hee hoo hoo.
Haha hee hee hoo hoo.
Haha hee hee hoo hoo.
Excellent job. That's how we smile, people. Okay, it's very important to smile. So I have to tell you this, and I'm very serious about it. Toastmaster Aditya, he dropped me a message stating that, Abu, will you be the next TMOD? I told him that's funny, and he thought that's my TMOD theme, and now I am the TMOD. He thought humor is the theme. I was just saying that's funny, and I got this role of TMOD. Okay, yes, Arushi has rightly mentioned, people, that this particular gloom and everything can suddenly overwhelm anyone and everyone. I read somewhere that something for which you are working very hard, and if you don't enjoy, that's called stress. If you're working very hard and if you don't enjoy that particular thing, that's stress. But if you're working very hard and if you enjoy something, that becomes your passion. Now, it's very important to understand that whatever we have, how can we make it passion? For me as well, by profession, I come from a department that is popular for saying, I'll get back to you. Can anybody tell me which department I work for?
HR.
HR. Yeah, I'll get back to you all, people. Okay. So I'm from that particular department, and from that particular department, I do training. And for me, it was very important to enjoy my job because I'll be doing it for 8 hours. And I really wanted to enjoy it. 8 hours means a lot. I have to talk continuously. So I thought, how about adding some humor? Now, when we talk about adding humor, it's dangerous, especially online, because you don't know if people are actually getting your joke. Have you been there? It's so difficult. You don't know if people are getting your joke. And then you say, am I really being funny? Now, that will always be there, but that's the beauty of it. What I have realized in my training career is there are situations when people do not get your jokes. Let me just tell you this one time when I was off training in the Philippines, and by default, they have an image made for Indians that we Indians are very serious. We are that to, and we cannot be humorous. So I remember cracking jokes, okay? So if you don't laugh at my jokes, I will not take any offense. Understood? I'm not funny. But things go to an extreme when I was cracking jokes and they were making notes. it was very embarrassing for me because that was joke. That was not part of the process. And I did not know how to go back with this particular point. So, there is this particular one stage in your life wherein you are embarrassed, as well as you find that situation very funny. It's embarrassing and funny. So they could see that look on my face and they asked me that, Abu, what's the matter? Is everything okay? So I had to tell them that, the last statement that I told you guys, it was not part of the process. It was a joke. And they just could not believe. But these people were very accommodative and they told me that, Abu, can we suggest you something? When you are trying to crack a joke online, and if you want to be funny, you can try something which is called wink, wink. So when you see something funny, and when you want people to laugh, just say wink, wink, okay? Or something that Chunky Pandey says. He has this amazing line where you can say, I'm just joking, okay? Say something. And if you want to make it funny, just say, I'm just joking, okay? And it is such a nice way to go ahead and let people know that you are joking. I'll be talking more about it, but our flow is something amazing. We have got 3 parts. We have got prepared speeches, we have got table topics, and then we have got something which is called evaluation. We also have a surprise for all of you. That's a special segment, okay? So when that person will come, that person will do the justice. As of now, I'll go ahead and introduce you to somebody who works for GE. And he also has GE, he works for General Electric, and his name is Mohan, and Mohan happens to be the GE. G, the virtual stage is all yours now.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abu. Can we clap for our exuberant Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Abu? Thank you so much. So Toastmaster Abu said that he worked for the department wherein he had to say all the time, I'll get back to you. So I work for a department and I always say, welcome on board. Can anyone guess?
Induction.
Yeah, so I work for the operation as an operation manager Now, my work or my responsibility as general evaluator, we all know that why we go to gym. We go to the gym to lift weight. But here in Toastmasters fraternity, we lift each other. How we lift each other? We lift each other by the recommendation portion. In short, by the feedback. The feedback which is considered the breakfast, the lunch, and the dinner of the champion. I hope you all got it. Now, as a general evaluator, I'll be the quality manager for today's meeting, in short, and because this is a really, really big task, and it will not be very much possible for me to conduct all this tedious task alone. So I have my tag team with me, I can say the army with me, who will be assisting me with this task. Now, I'm starting with the most important role, and that is the timer, because without time, you all know, nothing is possible. So for the timer role, we have Toastmaster Versa. She will be introducing her role, what exactly the timer is for in Toastmaster. Toastmaster Versa, over to you for your role. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. It's so nice to see you. I will just go ahead and share my screen and then we can start right away. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is. Please go ahead.
Okay, so I will. So hello, everybody. As I am the timer for today, and as Toastmaster Abu has already explained, we have a few sections. So for our first section, we have prepared speeches. We will have 3 speeches today. And so there's a qualification limit that happens. If you're disqualified, if anybody is disqualified today, they won't be able to get voted in. So the disqualification of each speech is for between 4:30 and 7:30 minutes. I will show a green card at 5. I will show a yellow at 6 and a red at 7 minutes for each speaker. For the next special segment, the surprise segment, we have Toastmaster Jaskaran, and he would be speaking for 5 minutes. We have a table topic section, and for table topic section, there's no lower limit. So the lower limit is 1 minute and the upper limit is 2 minutes 30 seconds. I will be showing a green card at 1, a yellow at 1.5 and a red at 2. For evaluation and speech, for all the evaluations that will be given today, a green card will be shown at 2, a yellow at 2.5, and a red at 3. Now, for our final general evaluator report, Toastmaster Mohan would get a green card at 5, a yellow at 6, and a red at 7. And in our TMOD, Toastmaster Abu will have, for his conclusion, 1 to 2 minutes to wrap it up. That is all for my introduction as of today. For right now, thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Varsha, for meticulously explaining your timer role. Now we have next role player, and that is the role player, which I think in English conversation or the communication part, it's really very much important. Why I'm saying this, because you must have heard a famous dialogue from the Bollywood movies, and that is Kiran. What is missing in this sentence? You must be knowing that from our Toastmaster, our counter for the day, and that is Toastmaster Jatin. I think Jatin, right? Yeah, Toastmaster Jatin.
Jatin, our counter.
Yeah, over to you.
1 minute. Jatin Agarwal. Azad, please also spotlight Jatin Agarwal as the counter.
Hello everyone, and my
Yes.
guys, I'm audible.
Yes.
Yeah. So as my role suggests that I'm the counter of the day, and my job is to observe the whole meeting, and there are some areas of improvement which I will focus on. I will cover up those words, filler words, which we generally use, and sometimes we don't know we are using that. We use them unconsciously, like repeated words, like you know what, unnecessary pauses, filler words. I did that. I just did it. So I will observe these kind of repeated words, and at the end of the meeting, I will submit my report and also suggest you some solutions. You can work upon it and reduce them so that your workflow, your communication will be smoothless. As Toastmaster Abu, good luck. I will be back when called upon by General Evaluator. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jatin Agrawal. Now we have the next very much important role, and that is the role of grammarian. Believe me, without grammar, can you imagine the English language? I think no. For this role, how this grammarian role is going to affect our life in Toastmasters journey, we have Toastmaster Kuber. Toastmaster Kuber, over to you.
Hello everyone.
I think there's some disturbance in the voice.
Hello.
Your voice is incorrect.
There's an echo.
Echo, yeah, your voice is producing.
Hello.
Jatin, if you can close the door. Sorry, Kuber, if you can close the door. I suppose your earphones are not working.
Can you hear me now?
That's okay. I suppose we can manage, Kuber.
Okay. So 2 months back, I had informed Toastmaster Mohan that I joined South Delhi Toastmasters, and he was concerned. He asked me why I did not join Phoenix Toastmasters, to which I said the reason for that is because in South Delhi Toastmasters, the women are pretty. I know what you guys are all thinking. It should not be women are more pretty. Women are prettier. As grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I take note of any language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today, the word is cliche. Cliche is a phrase or opinion that is overused and betrays a lack of original thought. For example, joking about engineering students being single is a cliche. I also have the idiom of the day. The idiom of the day is firing on all cylinders. which means to work or function at a peak level of performance. For example, after the lockdown, the economy was firing on all cylinders. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day and idiom of the day. I will give the grammarian's report when called upon during the meeting and also report on the usage of the above phrase and words. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kuber, the grammarian for the day. And I love your voice today. Now, can anyone imagine, can be a better speaker without the active listening? We cannot be active speaker without the active listening. For this role, we have a person in the meeting today who will be checking our sense of listening or the trait of listening by putting up some questions. For this role to introduce, we have Toastmaster Sandra. Toastmaster Sandra, over to you to introduce your role, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohan. Good evening, the General Evaluator and the esteemed guests and members. I am Toastmaster Sandra, the listener for today's meeting. It is important to no one can be a good listener without being a good speaker. So it's important to be a good speaker, then only we can be a good listener. So good evening everyone. I will be noting down the tidbits of the from the meeting, and I will ask questions at the end to check the listening skills. Back to you, Toastmaster Mohan.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sandra. It is all about my role and my role of the role of my team as a general evaluator. What I will be doing, I'll be coming back with my report with my tech team to showcase that how we did in terms of the quality in the meeting today. Till then, I'm handing over the stage to Toastmaster Abu, the Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Abu, over to you to proceed the meeting further.
Thank you so much, G. Mohan. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Now we have, before we move into the prepared section, we have got Jaskaran with the special segment. And I'll start with my knock-knock jokes as well. Jaskaran, you are ready?
Yes.
Jaskaran, knock-knock.
Who's there?
Scold.
Scold who?
It's cold. Let me inside.
All right.
Over to you, Jaskaran.
Very quickly then. Yes. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I hope you're able to hear me loud and clearly. This is my segment. I'm going to tell you the news today. News and the views. Are you able to see my screen? Someone please tell me.
Yes.
All right then. So the purpose of this is entertainment and all the news are verified. Now I'm going to ask you something. You know, what is the problem with humans? They have depression these days, right? And antidepressants are animals like dogs. People ask you to have dogs so that you can take them out for a walk. You will feel better when they're around you. But no, we have depressed the dogs now. We are capable of doing that by doing this. We were not able to take care of the dogs, so we have dogs TV channels. This is the news and it is verified. Soon, we're going to have a lot of TV channels that will picture dogs for the dogs. Now, what is the consequence of this? Dogs will suffer from problems that humans are suffering from, like obesity, cholesterol, diabetes, and depression and stress. Also, in future, we might as well have adult dog movies. Right now, if you think that my views are dogmatic, no, they're not dogmatic, they are pragmatic. Choose your professions wisely right now, because people who are going to fix these dogs are going to be very, very rich in the future. Be a doctor in future if you want to be rich. Also, I have a message for you. We should all love dogs, otherwise Hathoda Tyagi will kill you. Now, let me tell you a very normal news. Just identify this person. A very beautiful Jattandi Kudi, Harnaz Sandhu. She won the title of Miss Universe, which is a beauty pageant. This is normal news. Now, let's look at something weird. There's a beauty pageant for camels, right? For camels, like there are camels in a beauty pageant in Saudi Arabia, and people are judging them. They're going to pick up the best camels, but that's not strange. The strange part is people are cheating these contests. They're giving Botox shots to their camels, and they're giving light touch-ups on their face to cheat in the competition. 40 camels were disqualified from this competition, and the winning camel gets $66 million. This is more than the total revenue generated by Toastmasters, that is 35 millions approximately. Now, look at this picture very carefully, because this is not just a normal brownie. This is the largest brownie in the world. The weight of this brownie is 850 pounds. This is what United States is doing. They are making the largest brownie in the world on the Brownie Day. Yes, they have a World Brownie Day, a National Brownie Day. But what are the kind of records that India is making? 950 kilo, 918 kilo की खिचड़ी बना रहे हैं हम. We are making rice and dal, putting them together, and look at their faces, guys. They're not even happy while doing it. They're just giving a smile because they're making this and then they're tasting this and they're not happy with what they've done. But look at these faces. They're so happy because they're making this and they're tasting this right before this picture. Look at all these people. They are so happy. This is progress. Achhe din ye hote hain, bro. But let's move forward. And before moving forward, I'm going to ask you a question. That what do you do for a living? Because I'm going to give you the biggest surprise. Over here, people are HR, like very, very difficult job. There are people who are into operations, there are people into finance, there are CAs, there are business people. But I'm going to break this to you, that there is this profession also. There's a woman in the United States who made rupees 38 lakh a week selling her farts online. And she was also hospitalized. Wait a minute. This is the person. I know she's beautiful. There's no doubt about it. But people were buying her farts for $1,000 in a jar. Yes, $1,000 for a fart. And how would the customers show that these farts are actually coming from her? They could be anyone's farts, right? It might be fake. But then I realized that this country has this kind of days. So people can buy farts online when you have National Brownie Days with pot in them. These are pot brownies. People ate these pots and they ordered farts from the online store. But then I realized, yes, I told you that fartpreneur and fartitude are very important things to lift up your career. So I'm going to give you these news on a very regular basis. If you visit this, my Instagram ID is justkaran3047, created for posting weird news. Please follow me here for more news, my world views and entertainment. Thanks. Please provide your feedback in the private chat window. And please welcome the TMOD back on the stage with a huge round of applause.
Thank you, Just Karan. I wish you all the best, buddy. May you have more followers than Neha Kakkar as well. All the best, Just Karan. Okay, now let's move to our prepared speech segment. The first speaker that we have is Toastmaster Samir. And Toastmaster Samir, he is delivering his level 3 elective project 2. But first, let me go ahead and call his evaluator. So Toastmaster Samir's evaluator is, evaluator also happens to be the special segment guy, Just Karan. Just Karan, can you please share his speech objective?
Hello, namaste once again. So the objective of this speech is to know your sense of humor, which is a very difficult thing to do. I have been doing it for a long time, and I still don't know my sense of humor. And the purpose of this project is to begin developing stories while telling a speech. Storytelling plays a pivotal role in telling speeches, and to make people laugh, you need to have stories. So the person is going to add humorous stories into his speech. I would request you to support him. And do not laugh if you don't want to. It's okay. I mean, just encourage him this way. And I'm going to give the stage back to Toastmaster Abu very quickly. And all the best to Toastmaster Roadies Raghuram Rawat.
Thank you so much, Just Karan. So now we have the speaker, that is Samir. Samir, can we do a quick audio video check for you?
Yes, Abu. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. You are visible. As always, I really like, you have a very intriguing speech title, and the speech title is based on true story. Toastmaster Samir, based on true story. Toastmaster Samir, the virtual stage is all yours.
Thanks, Toastmaster Abu. I'll just take 30 seconds to share my screen, and I would request Toastmaster Abu to please confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can. The audio is also there, Sabir.
Good evening, everyone. I am Toastmaster Sumi. Today, I'll talk about something very, very emotional, very close to my heart, and that is my struggle, my success, and how my life is divided into 3 subgroups. That means my journey as an actor, my journey as an adventurer, and as a wrestler. Intriguing. So let me do this. Let me quickly take you through the struggles that I had to face on a day-to-day basis. And this is what my deep down struggles have always been. The first one is the free coriander in chili. Today, it is a norm. Today, all of you can go and just ask for it. But back then, it wasn't. I was the one who led this movement. And today, this is something that all the vegetable vendors do. The second is the dry pani puri towards the end of your pani puri session. I had to fight against that entire pani puri mafia to make sure that each of you have the right to that one dry pani puri. And then the third one are our auto drivers who would always say, no, wherever you want to go, no. But today, if you go to an auto driver, they will say, yes, we can. And that change is because of the movement that we have led. And the last one is when your only girl crush calls you bhaiya, that means brother. This is beyond my way of explaining, because I cannot explain how difficult it is when this happens. But with all of these struggles as well, I kind of led ahead my life and I became a successful actor. So let's move ahead and see how my acting career started, what I did, and how it shaped up. The very first movie that I did was Bodyguard. Now, Karina was after my life that you have to be in Bodyguard or else you won't do the movie. And I said, okay, chill, I'm there. Now, Bodyguard was a huge success. Excellent. And I have 5 fingers. And with that, my debut was excellent. Now, imagine what is holding you back. If I have 5 fingers and I can still be a sensation overnight, what is holding you back? After this success, the second movie that I was offered was Padmavati, and that too the role of Deepika Padukone. And I told Sanjay, isn't it, do you not think that this suits more towards a female character? Because the name is Padmavati. And then Sanjay said, no, what if that is the case and that is why you don't want to take up the role of Deepika? I will change the name of the movie itself. And then it was renamed as Padmavat. And I could not say no to it again. I had to do it. Now, you may wonder, how come such a big director like Sanjay Leela Bhansali give me the role of Deepika Padukone without even auditioning me? No, it wasn't as easy. I did do an audition. I want to show you a small clip of my audition that happened with Sanjay Leela Bhansali. Now, all of the ladies, if you're getting jealous of how my silky hairs are and how my skin is flourishing, don't be. I am married, so you don't have to worry. We are okay there. Then I won 7 Oscar awards for my role of Padmavati. Now, if you see, I think I won 6. As I said, honesty is the best policy. You'll always have to provide correct information. I won 6 Oscars for that role, and it was fantastic. Moving ahead, the next section of my life was as a wrestler. Now, as a wrestler, it has always been my passion, and even today it is. Now, if you see here, these are all my wrestling friends, and I completely adore all of them. In fact, in this very picture, Undertaker and John Cena were like, after my life, no, you have to be at the front. You have to be at the very front of it. And I said, okay, if that is what you want, I can be at the front, and hence I am now at the front of this. But then I also want you to take a quick look at my journey of WWF along with my friends. Let's see. Good old days. Moving on, my journey as an adventurer. Now, this is the picture of me at the top of Mount Everest. I cannot express how good a feeling that was. But the only tip that I have for young budding mountaineers is whenever you go on an expedition like this, make sure that you carry a muffler because it is really cold up there. So you need to carry a muffler. Make sure that you do that. And secondly, if some of you who are scientific in nature are getting thoughts like, why not carry a heater to the top of Mount Everest? Because that will keep you heated, right? Uh, you cannot do that. Why? Because heat kind of melts ice. And if it does that, then the height of Mount Everest will get reduced. And that is why the government of India bans you from carrying heater on top of Mount Everest. So you should not be doing that. If you had some innovative thoughts, you are not allowed to do that. Let's move on and see what my lifestyle looks like. This is my house, and this looks very similar to the house of Mukesh Ambani, and that is because I rented it off to Mukesh. And if you see here, the name at the very center says Sameer's house. So then I think there should be no question, but yeah, this is my house. Second, I own two cars. The first car that I own is Need for Speed Payback TM. So this is one car that I have. The number plate also says Payback. So I really love this car. The second car that I own is Espelt Legend 9. Both of these were imported and hence today is not available in India. But I heard somewhere around 2030, this will come over to India, but today I have it. Finally, moving on to what is the takeaway from my journey? What have you learned? What is it that you can take home? Well, nothing is impossible. If you want, you can do this. Nothing is impossible. You can tilt mountains. Thank you. And back to the TMOD.
Wow, wow, wow. Sameer, you never, ever, your speeches are always so amazing, so creative. I'm definitely going to copy and I wish you all the best, buddy. Thank you so much for coming up. You show courage. That's what I'm so proud of you, Sameer. Great job. Awesome. Now we'll move to our next speaker. Are you guys ready? Yep. If you guys are ready, let's do ha ha, he, hoo. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, start. Ha ha. Hee. Hoo. Awesome, awesome. The next speaker that we have is Navjot. Navjot's evaluator is Toastmaster Nupur, and he will be delivering his Pathways Dynamic Leadership Level 3 Project 2. So can I request Toastmaster Nupur to share his speech objective, please?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abu. We have with us the next speaker, Toastmaster Navjot from the Gurgaon Toastmasters Club, who would be giving Level 3 Project 2, connecting with an audience speech, and the pathway is dynamic leadership. The purpose of the speech is, or this project, is for the member to practice the skill needed to connect with an unfamiliar audience. The minimum time for the speech would be 5 minutes and the maximum would be 7 minutes. Timer, kindly note that. Now, the title of the speech is Where Are the Women? Back to you, Toastmaster Abu, and I would come back with my evaluation whenever the general evaluator calls me.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nupur. Isn't that another intriguing topic? Where are the women? Where are the women? Toastmaster Navjot, where are the women? The virtual stage is all yours. We wish you all the best, buddy.
Can you guys put me in the spotlight, please? All right.
Yes, you are already on spotlight. Go ahead. All the best.
Right. Thank you. 700 billion. Let me ask you a question before I start. How would you feel if we Indians are able to add another $700 billion to our Indian economy? Please unmute yourself. I would love to hear it.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Hello, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Hope you guys are doing super fantastic on this Saturday evening. A McKinsey Institute report reveals that India could add another $700 billion to its economy if they provide equal work opportunities to women in the workforce. Yet, their contribution is very less, just 18%, one of the lowest in the world. Today, I'm going to dig deep that what are the reasons that our highly qualified women are not able to contribute at that level to the economy. As all things starts with oneself, and I come from village, so let's start the things from rural women, Gramin Mahilaएं. This is the story of Nilo. Nilo is a young, hardworking girl who used to help her father in the farming. Now she's married, so she helps her husband in the farming. So in this way, women in rural India, they do help their family and they do contribute to the economy, but they do not get paid directly. Moreover, alcoholism and domestic violence add to their misery. Moving up to lower and upper middle class, where women are highly qualified. Most of them have bachelor's and some even have master's degrees. And this is the story of Ria. Before I get to the Ria story, let me again ask you a question, and especially you ladies. How many of you have heard these lines? बेटा, आपको अच्छे से पढ़ाई करनी है, फिर हम अच्छा लड़का ढूंढ के आपकी शादी कर देंगे. My great daughter, you better study hard, we will find a great match, and you will be a great wife. Raise your hand. Yes, it's very, very common. I'm not going to say it's good, it's bad, it shouldn't, it couldn't. Leave it for another day, another story. Getting back to the story, Ria, who's a commerce graduate, just shy of 25 years, could have started her career by getting a good job. But now she's getting married next month. And her parents are spending hefty sum of 60 lakh on her marriage, which includes dowry and other marriage expenses. Question here is not the money. The question here, why wouldn't the same parents will invest even 5% of that 60 lakh in their daughter first and encourage her to pursue her goals and dreams? Like, beta, jao, kuch karke dikhao, hum tumhare saath hain. My great daughter, go, do something and we will support you. The answer to this question lies in our tradition, where we still consider women more of a responsibility than an asset in the society. So how smart, how talented, how educated Ria may be, she will be a responsibility first for her parents. A responsibility to get her married to so-called acha ladka and be a great wife. Till this point, I was thinking, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my thinking and research are just bound to my surroundings. So I picked up the phone and started calling my female friends living in metropolitan cities. From the phone conversations, data, and research, one thing was quite evident, that it's not the women. They are ready, they are willing to work. So what are the reasons that highly qualified women living in metropolitan cities who have way more opportunities than rural women still not able to continue their job? After my research, I came up with 3 answers. Number 1, work-life balance. As a mother, doing full-time job is a tedious and exhausting one, and especially when they're living in a joint family. One of my friends told me, Navjot, when I got married, we were a family of 5 members. Now we are a family of 9 members. And I have to take care of everyone, from the kids to the elders. That brings me to number 2, living under a conflict. A conflict between what she wants, that are goals and dreams, and what she must do, that's our responsibility towards her family. My another friend told me, Navjot, it was so tough for me to continue any job after delivering my second daughter, because nobody was willing to hire me as a part-time, even I have more qualifications and more experience with me. And number 3, never-ending effort of multitasking. No doubt, Indian women are so great taking care of household and their professional life. But again, how much time do they really have for themselves doing all this alone? The answer is none, 0. All these things adds up, where 48% of Indian women quit their job once in a while just because of family commitments. Friends, I'm not here to discourage you, neither I am here to demotivate you. I'm just here to reveal the real picture, that why our qualified women are not able to reach their potential. Leave the potential aside, they are not able to continue a job. Why? On one hand, we have Kiran Mazumdar, Falguni Nair, who proved themselves globally in the business world, yet we have one of the lowest female workforce in the world. Again, our social and economic ecosystem is not going to change in 1 hour, 1 day, or 1 year. Thanks to the advent of technology, where women in metropolitan cities can work remote, working as a freelancer, but yet we still have to provide them with a secure environment where they feel secure, committed, and excited doing their job. But the most important question, which is for everyone, including me, are we really ready to consider women an asset rather than a responsibility in every walk of life? At last, I would say, before we think how and why we should add those $700 billion to Indian economy, we gotta dig deep and answer this question: why it's important for our Indian women to contribute to the economy and how we can make it happen. Thank you, everyone.
Wow, that was amazing, Navjot. Now, this is very true for Sameer as well as Navjot. People, as we say, feedback is the breakfast champion. Please take 30 seconds to give Navjot as well as Sameer their feedback, okay? Timer, can you please let me know when 30 seconds is over? In the meantime, I'm going to share a picture and you need to tell me who is this person looking like. You see this picture, people?
I suppose Navjot.
Yes. It's Navjot. Navjot, is this you, buddy?
Yeah, I will take it.
But who is this artist?
I don't know, man. He looks like me, maybe me. When you captured my picture, dude.
30 seconds are over.
Okay, it's Jay Sean. Okay, so there was this song by the name of Ride It. It was a very popular song. So when I just looked at you, I thought you have this great resemblance to Jay Sean, or vice versa. Thank you so much for that. Last but not the least, we have got our final speaker. The final speaker that we have is somebody who is by the name of Toastmaster Pandi. The evaluator for Toastmaster Pandi is none other than our amazing, I have to quickly check, the amazing evaluator, the amazing VP Education, that is Toastmaster Aditya. Toastmaster Pandi will be delivering his level 2 project 2. And may I request Aditya to share his speech objectives, please?
Yes, so for Toastmaster Pandi, it's effective body language, so means hand gestures, body movements, all those things come into play. I will be focusing on that and less on the speech content. That's the main objective. The purpose of this project is for the member to deliver a speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice, and refine how the speaker uses non-verbal communication when delivering a speech. So it's a cliche that body language is the way you connect with an audience, but even to use body language, you need to be firing on all cylinders, because your subconscious needs to merge with your body language to make sure that everything works in order. So over to the TMOD.
Thank you so much, Aditya. One of the things that I really like about you is you always make a conscious effort to use the word of the day, no matter how cliche it is. Okay, so thank you so much, Toastmaster Aditya. We have Toastmaster Pandi, who's going to fire all his cylinders, which is amazing speech title that is "Give More Than You Get." Over to Toastmaster Pandi, who is wearing a jacket today. Over to you, Toastmaster Pandi. All the best.
We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give to others, said by Winston Churchill. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests, good evening to all. The wise man said, there is better to give than to receive. So this is the law of reciprocity. So the path to happiness in our life is giving more than what we get. That's we get most of it in our lives. So the happiness, giving gives us happiness. So there are a lot of studies have been attributed about the level of happiness of people all across the world. Then it concluded that the people who gave their time and their money, whatever they to the society or the charities, they contribute their time, they are always happier compared to others, people that do not volunteer to give anything to others. So giving helps us to live the life meaningful. It gives confidence and it builds trust with others. The relationship also, when you are learning to give others, it always come back to us much in a higher rate. Let me explain one thing, with some example. The last week I came from Tamil Nadu. So I observed that my daughters were studying. One is studying with colored print and another one is studying with white and black, the photostat. So I asked one of the daughter, he said, why you are having the color print and another one is the black and white? And she said that I took the printout and I took a photostat and I asked the mother, so which one I should keep and which one I should keep to give to others. So mother suggested you keep the photo original because you downloaded, you took printout, so you took a photocopy also. You keep that, the original with the colored print, and give the photostat to others. So this is the decision given by mother. That's why I am keeping this. Then she asked me, if I asked you, then what you have suggested me? Then I told her, if you could have asked me, I'll suggest you to give the good thing. That is, the better is colored one you give to your sister, and the photostat is keep it to you. Because when you give the better things to others, the best will come back to you. This is the law of life. This is the law of reciprocity. When you give unconditional to others, whether it's a money, whether it's a love, whether it's a kindness, whether it's your time, to the people, those who are needing, or even though they don't need that also, but you have the stage to give to others. Just if you give, the better, the much more than you will get. So this is basically will help you to raise your life with unconditional giving wherever you are. This I started practicing since my childhood, during my college days also. So whatever, when I was struggled, what are the things I was lacked, then when I went ahead and give to others. And for the guidance, it's not only always the money. We can give money to develop others. The one word, one guidance, one direction that will elevate people to a different stage. So always we should ready to give. The happiness of the life is when you are giving others what we are getting more. When you learn, teach others. When you get, give others. This is said by Miss Maya Angelou. When we are giving to others unconditionally, it always comes back to you. It is in every spheres of life, wherever you are, whether it is house, whether it is office, whether it is in a society. So you just always have a mindset of giving and helping others. When you are doing so, automatically it will come back to you in multiple factors, with the multiplication factors. So always believe in that. It is the way of living. Then we need to be generous to people. It's the best way of living our lives. We have to go with the society and help the people, those who are not in the level, that contribute the best possible to elevate the people. Then during one of my visit to Japan, after the plant visit, so we have went to a conversation center for the discussion. That's the two things I have seen. One is in a glass of water, it was pouring like in a container. It is written empty your glass. In another side, so one man is throwing the net to catch the fish. It is written, we teach fishing here. So I thought I couldn't understand both the sentences, and it was 20 years back. So they said, we teach fishing means we train the people to earn themselves for their lives. We are giving one fish, one time food, they can eat, that's the time only. Then after that, they will search for the food. But we are making them to earn their food by giving training, for guiding, for giving the direction. Then they will earn their whole life. So this is the way of living. Wherever we are, whatever we do, just try to give the society, give your family, give your friends the best thing what to do, what help you can do. So this is the path to happiness is giving more than what you get. Thank you, and over to you, TMOD.
Wow, 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 Toastmaster Pandey. What an amazing thing. That reminds me of this amazing personality, late Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. The book which was written for him, What Can I Give by Srijan Pal Singh. We have got people, those who eat well and sleep well. Generally, people who are takers, they eat well, but people who are givers, they sleep well. What an amazing thing. People, it's very important to uplift. One of the things that you can do is you can give feedback. Please be brutally honest. That's one of the ways to uplift. Timer, if you can let me know once that 30 seconds is over.
Sure.
Awesome, awesome. And Timer, can you also please confirm if all the speakers, Toastmaster Sameer, Toastmaster Navjot, and Toastmaster Pandey, if they are qualified for voting?
Yes, all of them have been qualified.
Now that's an amazing highlight for today's session. I'm sure the G is going to make a note of it. Can we have the polls for the best speaker, please? Azad, please let me know when I can proceed.
Yeah, sure. We are still left with 7 votes.
People, we just heard the speech of giving. Just give your feedback, just go ahead. You just have to click. That's so easy. Radio button, click. Let me know, Azad, when I can continue.
Yes, I will. 4 more votes are left. Come on, people, vote. Vote for getting note. I think we can end this.
Awesome. Before we go to the table topics, I have got this amazing session. Okay, yes, I'm going to sing for all of you. Can I sing if that's okay? Yeah, is that okay? Is that a yes? Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Thank you so much. Let me go ahead and sing. So this is my platform. Here we go, people. I'm going to sing and you will know what you have to do. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know, and you really want to show, if you're happy and you know, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know, tap your feet. If you're happy and you know, tap your feet. If you're happy and you know, and you really want to show, if you're happy and you know, tap your feet. If you're happy and you know, swing your head. If you're happy and you know, swing your head. If you're happy and you know, and you really want to show, if you're happy and you know, clap your hands, tap your feet, swing your head, say hurrah.
Hurrah!
Awesome. On that note, let's go ahead and call the table topic master. That is no other than Toastmaster Freedom. That is Toastmaster Azad. Toastmaster Azad, the virtual stage is all yours, buddy.
Oh, thank you so much. I am holding the tech master role, so I forgot that I am the table topic master. Okay. Before I start as a table topic master, I would love to say that I have got a lot of learnings from 3 of the speeches. And Abu Bhai, whenever you speak, being an anchor or a speaker, it is a treat to our ears. I learn a lot. And yes, when you talk about humorous, your way of presenting, we can learn a lot from you as well. You are doing an awesome job that I have stolen from you. So meanwhile, I request people that please nominate yourself to participate in the table topic session. I have 15 topics. You can choose the number and I will give you the topic and you can speak on the topic for the given time, which has been already stated. Should I go ahead and... Okay, before I give you a topic, my question to all of you, what may be the chief cause of divorce? Anyone?
Marriage.
Right, guess. Yes, I mean, that is on a lighter note, just to, support the theme of the day. So who is going to first?
Communication and finance.
Yes.
Misunderstandings.
Actually, marriage was the chief cause. So these comes later. When you have the cause, then these come support the divorce. Anyhow, who is going first? And can someone please help me with the list?
I can do that, Azad.
Yes,
I can come first. I can come first.
I mean, I would really appreciate if, except from the speakers and anchors, if guests can nominate themselves first, will be given the priorities. Okay, Sandra is
Rajiv
first.
sir has.
Sam. Okay, I'll take Sam first. Sam, are you there? Can you come on video? Okay, he is there. We'll also spotlight.
Hello.
Okay, Sam, you have the choice to choose the number from number 1 till number 15. Which number will you choose? And you will have your topic.
3.
3. Okay. Your topic is, when has honesty not been the best policy for you? When has honesty not been the best policy for you? Sam, the virtual stage is all yours.
Honesty. I don't know. I would say never. It's always the best scenario, the best solution to all future problems. Whenever you tell honesty, you have a relieved mind. You can think freely. You know who you are. You don't mess on.
Sam, you can also share some incident where you showed the honesty and the other people took the benefit of it. You still have the time.
I don't think that would be possible from my top of the head. It needs to be well revised, but thank you for listening. Anyway, back to you.
Okay, thank you so much for participating.
Green card.
I think he is the most honest man and he has got the most honest people. So who is going next? Next is Sandra. Sandra, are you on video?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
What number will you choose?
Is number 1 is there or it is gone?
No, it is there.
So give me one only.
Okay, topic 1 is, I am nobody, nobody is perfect, and I am perfect. Sandra, the topic is, I am nobody, nobody is perfect, I am perfect.
Yes, very rightly said. I am perfect because I feel I am perfect because I do the things as at my best and perfectly as I can do it. So I feel wherever I can help or wherever I can do the things perfectly, or if I don't do it perfectly also, I feel like why didn't do it, and I feel very ashamed after at the end if I don't do it in a perfect manner or in a systematic manner, if you say. Then and if I don't do it, I feel like some or other day I feel like nay, I should do it. It's not uh, a good thing. It's not a good thing to do the things really bad or not up to mark. And ultimately it's like yeah, I feel happy after doing the things perfect, and I love to help people and do the things perfectly. So over to you, Toastmaster Azad.
Thank you so much. Helping people needs no perfection and you do it. I'm really happy that you do it. And thank you so much for participating. Next is our very dear Rajiv sir. Rajiv sir.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Which number would you choose?
Number 10.
Number 10. Okay, let me quickly give you the topic. Okay, sir, your topic is, you don't stop laughing because you grow older. You grow older because you stop laughing. You don't stop laughing because you grow older. You grow older because you stop laughing. Back to Rajiv.
Yes. Every morning when we do yoga class, there is one activity which says you have to laugh louder. And that is the time which is most hilarious. And that is the time when I feel I have become like a child. It's a 2-minute activity, but it releases so much negativity from body, so much toxins from body. And then I feel I've become younger by many years. And I look honestly, more than the exercises and more than the yogas and etc. I look forward to that 2 minutes. And that 2 minutes make me younger. And I don't grow, and as the topic says, you don't grow older when you stop laughing. You older because when you stop laughing. And I don't want to stop laughing. In offices and in what we have been always been taught that if you stop laugh very loud in meetings and all, you become it looks like a taboo. But when you have meetings, you have class, you have group discussions and all. At that time, it's all the person who wins always is the one who laughs the loudest, and that makes everybody happy. And I believe that is what is my this mantra again. That is, if you laugh louder, be hilarious inside. That makes you more younger at your heart and for everybody. That's it. Thank you, Azad.
Thank you, sir. Yes, be hilarious. Correctly said. Next is guest Suneha Anand, if I am correctly pronouncing that name.
Yes, this is correct. Suneha.
Okay, ma'am. Which number would you choose from 1 to 15? 1 is gone. 10
You
is
can
gone.
call me Suneha. And number, I would say 6. It's my birthday, so
Okay.
maybe 6.
Cool.
Please give me an easy topic.
Okay, topic 6 is those who matter don't mind. Those who mind don't matter. Reiterating, those who matter don't mind. Those who mind don't matter. Stage is all yours.
Okay. This is a tough one. I'm trying to, understand and articulate it. Just give me a few seconds.
Yeah, take your time.
Can you show me the topic once again, please?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Those who matter don't mind. Those who mind don't matter.
Those who matter don't mind. Okay. So I'm not sure whether I've understood about the topic theme that much, but I'll try my level best. So I think in life you have to be yourself and you have to take your own decision. People who do not care about you, I think you do not focus on those and do your bit. And people who care about you, you just be with them, just have those people around you and try to grow as much as possible. So I think from the phrase I can understand that those people who mind who will not matter, and those who do not mind will matter. So it's, instead of focusing on people who do not care about you, I think you should focus on people who care about you and be with you and support you. Thank you.
Thank you, and you have got the topic rightly. Let me tell you that. Yeah. Next is Anusha ma'am. Anusha ma'am, which number would you choose?
7.
7, okay. 7 is, if I had superpowers, I wish to. It is open-ended.
If I had superpowers, I wish I had got another topic. But since I don't have superpowers, I've got to stay where I am and continue with the topic that I've been given. If I had superpowers, I would love to speak on the topic which was given just prior to the topic which came to me. But Azad has ensured that I have to think of myself as a superwoman and go ahead and function on the screen right now. So if I had superpowers, I would try and ensure that my gift of the gab, or the ability to be able to communicate, was communicated to the larger public in general. And that would mean I have already translated that into fact by trying to help out children who come from economically weaker backgrounds to be able to speak better, to be able to communicate better, to be able to undergo training at something like Toastmasters, which I conduct. I call it oratoria, and I take children from the weaker sections and I try and help them to get what is most basic to all of us, that is communication. So if I had the superpowers, I would give each one of these children the ability to be able to speak fluently, to be garrulous, to be able to communicate what they want to, and to be able to advance in life using the gift of the gab. Superpowers are something which are not available to one normally. So that's exactly what I'm trying to say. That if something was there which is not available to people normally, I would ensure and try to give it to them abnormally. So the gift of the gab is something I would grab and let them irab and go ahead and utilize the gift of the gab to go ahead in life and survive. Back to the table topics master.
Wow. I wish you had the superpowers. Anyhow, who is next? Next is Pushpanshu, if I'm correctly pronouncing that name. Can you come on video, please?
Yes.
Sir, I'm asking, can you come on video? Okay. Thank you so much. So which number would you choose?
So it's 7.
7 is done, bro. Choose
7 is
some.
done. Sorry. Okay, it's 20. It's 17. Oh, sorry. It's
1 to
15.
15. 1 to 15, yes.
Okay. It's 10 now.
10 is also done.
And also 12.
Yes, 12 is there.
Okay.
Life was easy when apple and blackberry were fruits. Life was easy when apple and blackberry were fruits.
Okay. Life is easy if apple and a blackberry is fruit. Like as the topic suggests, I don't know much about that, but I can say that if apple and like nowadays everybody wants Apple phone because it shows you like you are a very what do you call luxurious person or show for a showing off. If it is fruit, that would be better for the world. That's all.
Thank you so much. Who is next? Next is
Toastmaster Azad, I think we can be done for the time.
Okay, can we take one more?
No, not really.
Okay, I am sorry because of the time restrictions. We need to end this. And thank you so much, people, for participating with this. I hand over the virtual stage back to the TMOD. Abu Bhai, are you there?
Let the GE take over, Mohan.
Okay, then I hand over the stage to GE.
Mohan, yeah, over to you.
We also need to.
We need to vote first. So, Varsha, is everyone qualified?
Yes. Except.
Can we do it in the end? Because I am the person who is, who's supposed to create the poll. So I need some time.
It's okay. We can do it in the end. It's okay. No issues.
Okay.
Let's straight away go to the evaluation section. Okay. Over
Thank you
to
so much,
Toastmaster Mohan.
Toastmaster Azad, Toastmaster Abu, for the wonderful session. We enjoyed, I think we all enjoyed this session till now. Now, this is the time when we talked about the feedback. I said that feedback should be really very much necessary to be perfect speaker. And to ease this process, I have the evaluator for all these speakers. So I'm just calling the evaluator, speech evaluator. The speaker number 1 was Toastmaster Samir. Toastmaster Samir raised the bar. How he raised the bar? is being evaluated by Toastmaster Jaskaran. Toastmaster Jaskaran, over to you for the evaluation of Toastmaster Samir.
Hello. So I really like the way the speaker started his speech by giving a proper structure, and there's going to be action, adventure, and wrestling. I really like the vocal variety of the speaker in the speech where he says, no means no. There were places where the speech was going high and low, like crests and troughs. There were proper intonations in the speech. I also like the way he made his speech very interesting, with proper hand gestures and a great comfort level on the stage. But the president of the club told us that it's Stephen Hawking's birthday today, and he said that perfection simply doesn't exist. And the reason of our existence is that we exist due to imperfection. I want to point out a few things that the speaker should have focused on. The whole speech was very engaging with a great presentation, and the style is something that I would say is unique. But there was a section where the speaker had provided memes from the internet. Those memes could have been better. They were very, very cliched from my perspective, from an audience's perspective, like free coriander chili, suki pani puri, you crush calling you bhaiya. These are the things that we have heard a number of times. And these things could have been avoided. The speaker should have brought his own jokes. And even if they had failed, I would have appreciated the originality of the jokes. The second part was the anecdotes and the stories that should have been there. The speaker's stories were largely alternative. It's like they were unreal and surreal stories, which don't really exist. The purpose of this speech was to bring anecdotes which are based on real stories and events. And that would have been a requirement of the speech. The speaker ignored that point and focused too much on the surreal and alternative part. Comedy explains anecdotes as real stories and events, but the speaker did alternative comedy in which he had a presentation where things were completely unreal, surreal, and unexpected, which was a great thing, but that went kind of against the requirement of this speech. But again, I want to say that the speaker did a great job. It was really interesting the way he showed the face of Dwayne Johnson, which really resembles him. Like if Toastmaster Samir ever becomes an actor, Dwayne Johnson can become his body double and not the opposite. I really like the comfort level of the speaker, where he had a very dry style. Like he was saying unreal things with such a comfort level that as if they're actually real. He was actually in Padmavat. He was actually in Bodyguard. I like that comfort level, and that can come only through experience. To summarize my point, I would say that a great vocal variety, a great structure, engagement, and interest. But write your own content and avoid cliched jokes. Focus on anecdotes and not alternative comedy. That's from my side for the evaluation part. Before leaving, I would like to say that I'm really sorry for the catastrophic technical glitch from my side. You people could not see my presentation, and that's the power of karma. I am a software engineer. We are the people who make these kind of softwares, and they fail in the real environment, and then we have to suffer. So I take full responsibility for that, and thank you so much for giving me the time. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Karan. The second speaker for today was Toastmaster Navjot. Where are women was the topic for Toastmaster Navjot. How he took that speech ahead is being evaluated by Toastmaster Nupur Avasti. Toastmaster Nupur, in case you can hear me, over to you.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. I would be evaluating Toastmaster Navjot's speech on the purpose statement to practice skills needed to connect with an unfamiliar audience. Yes, the audience was unfamiliar. However, now the speaker was able to establish a perfect connection and get all the audience hooked to what he was saying. So I would like to first of all thank the speaker for choosing this topic so and actually bringing this point up on the stage, something that we all are aware of, but we don't really talk about that much. So thank you for that. I'm sure that the topic resonated with at least all the ladies present here in this session, and thus the purpose of the objective that we had was actually achieved to a lot of extent. The speaker started with the question. That is how the connection was established. He waited for an answer. And not just that, he also had some more questions coming up later on. The speaker divided the speech in three categories, the three levels. He gave an example of how the lower class would, the issues that were faced by the lower class, then moved on to the middle class, and then the upper middle class. So that was a clear segregation, and the issues that are most prominent in these areas. So that is what he was able to get out and in front of all the audience. So overall, these two were really, or these couple of points were really commendable in the speech. And I thank the speaker for bringing them up. A couple of suggestions, a couple of recommendations from my side were: one, the space that the speaker had. It seemed as if it was a very large space, and the voice it felt as if it's echoing. So it felt as if it's a large empty space, and I couldn't hear the clarity of the voice as I would have wanted it. So maybe we can try looking at the mic and the audio check before the speech. The second recommendation I would have is to work more on the voice modulation. The speech had a lot of opportunities to have effective voice modulation. For example, one of the lowest in the world. So you emphasize those words that will really give a lot of emphasis on the overall speech. Hand gestures. Now, due to the camera positioning, there was so much of space, the movement towards left and right, if we could have managed that, more hand gestures would have been visible. So something like Acha Bacha. So I'm not sure if my background is visible or not, but Acha Bacha could have been more prominent there. So those hand gestures I would recommend to be added more. Overall, a great speech, a great purpose, or the objective met, and just voice echoing, hand gestures, more voice modulation. If we could look at these 3 points, things would be great. Thank you so much, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nupur. It was really wonderful evaluation. The third speaker for today was Toastmaster Pandi, and Toastmaster Pandi was evaluated by Toastmaster Aditya. Toastmaster Aditya, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohan. So one of the aspects of body language is to inculcate body movements, hand gestures, and other non-verbal communication, which can also include the movement of your eyes. So that's one of the most important aspects. And on the speaker, whenever the speaker comes on the stage with reference to Toastmaster Pandi, he immediately establishes a rapport with the audience. And I've seen him speak before, and he's always firing on all cylinders, coming up with unique anecdotes and personal stories. So that was one of the most important aspects of this speech. But the purpose statement is to work on body language, hand gestures, eye movements, and other voice modulation and other aspects. And I think the speaker started in the most appropriate manner with hand gestures to highlight points that this was his story and how he connected with it. And that was an interesting start. However, since in his story there was a point when there were two characters in his story, but he was rooted to the crease. Even when you see a sport, if a cricketer is rooted to the crease and tries to hit a bowler, he eventually gets out. So you have to use your dancing shoes and move from one part of the stage to the other to highlight the point. Maybe change your voice, that since you had two characters, what would one character say to the other? Okay, this was it. Really? So now you change the voice, change the action so that everyone is interested, because after a while the story went on a vanilla style because it was one track, one tone, so it died down a little. So the speaker can work on that, and then uh, since this was, as the previous evaluator said, the stage seemed large, so the positioning of the camera was such that, though it's a cliche, the the conversation about positioning of the camera has become a cliche. We have heard this a million times since we have ever gone to digital meeting, but still you have to work on it. So when you stand, you have to make sure that your upper body, your lower body, because because your feet were rooted, we could not see your feet movement, and that's an important part of this. The speech content is fine, but today the focus was on body language, non-verbal communication, and all that. And then the speaker can work on the speech rate, because it seemed as if we needed a slow train. He was going at a rate of knots. So just slow it down, allow the audience to inculcate your ideas and what all you are giving. So to sum it up, use of hand gestures was effective, interesting story with content and rapport with the audience. The speaker can work on body movement to establish two characters, and then also the effective use of the positioning of the camera, and as well as to uh, use your speech rate to slow it down for the audience to take in your story. That's all. Back to the GE.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aditya. Now I think all the evaluators have given their performance, so I think it is time for the voting. Toastmaster, and the timer. All the evaluators are qualified for the voting.
Besides Toastmaster and Nupur, everybody has qualified.
Thank you. Can we launch the voting, please?
Yes. So please do not vote for Nupur Avasthi, Toastmaster Nupur Avasthi, and you can vote for others. Come on, guys, 5 more votes are left. You are just one click away to use your right. I think we can end this, and we can also take the table topic master poll.
Yes, please, we can.
Azad, if you can highlight the GE now. Spotlight the GE.
Yeah, sure. Meanwhile, please wait for vote for table topic.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Azad. You are wearing multiple hats today, so I can understand.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So now we are moving towards the next evaluation portion, and that is the supplementary evaluation. How we did in this portion. So I have, first of all, the counter Jatin Agarwal today, who will be sharing his report with us. Thank you, Jatin. Toastmaster Jatin, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohan. So as I said, I am not wasting too much time. I'll share my report with you. So during the president introduction round, Toastmaster Aruchi used 8 hours, 1 2 pauses. That's it. General evaluator Toastmaster Mohan used 2 hours, and TM Varsha during the introduction round, all good. Grammarian Kuber was also flawless. TM Sandra during the introduction round used 3 hours. Speaker 1 Samir was speaker 1 used speaker 1 sorry there's some evaluator 1 used Evaluator 1 was all good during the introduction round. Evaluator Nupur used 4 hours, one one pause, and he repeated word he used two times. Toastmaster Aditya was also flawless during the introduction round, and during the evaluation round he used 2 hours. During that table topic session, TDM Azad used 3 times hours. During the introduction round, guest Sam used 2 hours. TM Sandra used 3 hours, and she used two repeated words, to and nahi. Toastmaster Rajiv was also good. Guest Sneha Anand, she used 2 hours and 2 arms. Guest Anusha was again flawless, and guest Pushpanshu used 1 hour and 1 arm. Well, that's it. Coming to my report, well, that's it from my end. What else you can do to remove these kind of filler words? First of all, whenever you get a chance, don't rush into things. First of all, take some pause whenever we make some kind of filler words or these kind of mistakes. When we talk too much fast or when we talk too much in a rush, so just breathe, give yourself some time, and then start on things. When you are relaxed, you will avoid these kind of mistakes or filler words. Well, that's it from my end. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jatin. It was a wonderful, wonderful evaluation, specifically your tip of the day. That was really fruitful. Now, the next supplementary evaluator is Toastmaster Kuber, the grammarian for today. Toastmaster Kuber, over to you. How we did in terms of the grammar part?
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohan. Start with this telling you that the word of the day and the idiom of the day was said by twice, both of them, cliche, and Apu said the word of the day and idiom of the day once. Besides that, nobody else used the idiom of the day and the word of the day. And if I did not keep that into account, blame internet connection. Moving ahead, as for the improvements, Toastmaster Navjot in his speech said that Priya had to get her married to a boy. So this is grammatically wrong. The correct usage is Priya should get herself married to the boy. Toastmaster Pandey has used a lot of articles that were not in place. For instance, some of the phrases that you used were whether it is a love, whether it is a kindness. The correct usage would be whether it is love, whether it is kindness. Was not particularly required there. Besides that, there were multiple such instances in your speech. So if you could go back and listen to it and figure out, it would be helpful. The Toastmaster Mohan said that feedback is very much necessary. I don't think very much adds a lot of value to it. Just the feedback is necessary. Besides that, the usage of language that I like were Toastmaster Navjot said, paint the real picture. We need to dig a little deeper. Toastmaster Aditya said that said come into play for something that should also be looked into. He said rooted to the crease. This was a phrase that I liked, which apparently was in a very different context and was brought into his evaluation. During the table topics, I heard this phrase called gift of the gab, which is something I had heard for the first time and I liked it. And I think the speaker in her speech made sure that everybody heard this phrase. Also, for Toastmaster Azad, somebody mentioned he was wearing multiple hats. That's a good phrase and it could be used in our everyday life. Moving on, as for suggestions, read. That is all I have to say. Read as much as possible. Read good literature. The more you read, the more you know, the better you become. That was my report. Back to the Toastmaster. Back to the general evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kuber. Toastmaster Sandra, as a listener, how we did today? Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohan. Now I will ask some questions to check your your listening skills. I request people to raise their hand for the so that I can ask questions for the raise their hand to answer the questions. So my first question is from Arushi's presidential note. What does the informer informed to the British admiral?
Sandra, guest Neha has raised her hand.
Okay. Okay, guest Sneha, go on.
Suneha. So
Yeah, sorry,
yeah,
Suneha,
so
go on.
yeah, so twice the informer informed. The first time he informed about a ship standing for an attack, and second time there were 4 ships.
Yeah, you are partially correct. Second time there were 6 ships, not 4.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Now the next question is, give 2 movies from Toastmaster Samir's speech. Yeah, Toastmaster Rajiv, you can go on. Toastmaster Rajiv, you are on mute.
Padmavati. One movie is Padmavati, other one is Padmavat.
Yeah, you are partially correct. One is Bodyguard and the other one is Padmavat.
Okay.
Next question is, how many awards did Samir won in his acting career?
Can I answer, Sandra?
Yeah,
Six.
Aditya, please
Six.
go on.
6.
Yeah, that's a great answer. The last question, in which field did Ria, according to Navjot's speech, got graduated? Toastmaster Rajiv, you can go on.
I don't know. Sorry, this kept on head. Sorry.
It's
I
okay.
lowered my hand.
Anyone else?
Was that MBA?
No, it was commerce.
Same thing.
Yeah, right.
No.
It's not same, but
No.
okay. Over to you, Toastmaster Mohan.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sandra. You behaved like a tough teacher. Thank you. Now it is time for the timing part, because at timing front, how we did it is the stage over is I'm just handing over this stage to Toastmaster Varsha, the timer. Toastmaster Varsha, over to you.
Hello, everybody. I have noted down everybody's time and I'm gonna start mine as well. Let me begin with sharing the screen. Is it visible? Yes?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Okay, let's start. So first we had the address by Toastmaster Azad. He was supposed to speak for 2 minutes and he went on for 2 minutes 30 seconds, which is great because he's very precise with every instruction. So I commend that. The presidential address went for 4 minutes 26 seconds. Toastmaster Abu then spoke for 4 minutes 34 seconds about how he bombed in Philippines as a joke, as somebody who jokes. Then we had our speakers. All of the speakers were qualified. As you can see, Toastmaster Samir spoke for 7 minutes 18 seconds, and we all died laughing during that time. Then Toastmaster Navjot spoke for 6 minutes 30 seconds, and Toastmaster Pandi spoke for 6 minutes 14 seconds. Now, our special segment by Toastmaster Jaskaran went on for 5 minutes 11 seconds. Here it is. And moving on to our table topics, we had today, I think a lot of guests were feeling a little worried and they spoke for a little over a minute. I think Toastmaster Azad did a good job trying to motivate everybody who was feeling a little shy. However, one of our guests was disqualified, Toastmaster Pushpanshu. Now, also Toastmaster Anusha, she spoke for 1 minute 57 seconds, very low. It was a pleasure listening to her. Now we have our evaluators. We had 3 evaluators for today. Our first evaluator spoke for 3 minutes 29 seconds. Then Toastmaster Nupur, she spoke for 3 minutes 48 seconds, and she was disqualified. However, her feedback was very good, and our last evaluator spoke for 3 minutes 19 seconds. Now, as for the evaluators, supplementary evaluators go, all of us, even I am going to be qualified. Everybody is qualified for today, and we are waiting for our G report. So that is all. That is all from my side. Thank you so much. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Varsha. It was really and indeed important, and I can say really very much important report out which you gave today. Now it is time for the voting for the supplementary evaluators. I hope all the evaluators, supplementary evaluators are qualified. Toastmaster Varsha already said that. Here is my voting. Yes. I use my report, I use my right to vote. I hope everyone is using that. Thank you.
Guys, I humbly request you to vote fast.
Yeah, time is running fast. Yeah.
Come on. 4 more votes are left. 1 more. Go ahead, guys. We can end this. We have the winner.
Thank you so much, Techmaster Toastmaster Azad. Here I'm coming with my report. Good enough isn't good enough if it can be better. Good enough isn't good enough if it can be better. And better isn't good enough if it can be best. So that is the motto of Toastmasters also, because here we are coming and we are trying to groom ourselves towards the betterment. Right. I would want to congratulate Toastmaster Aditya, the VP Education of South Delhi Toastmasters Club, for the meticulous job he did today, for the great lineup. So we can clap for Toastmaster Aditya for the great lineup. Post that, I can also would want to clap for Toastmaster Abu SHADAB, the Toastmaster of the day. I was completely flabbergasted by his performance. Indeed, he was exuberant. He was full of energy in terms of the Toastmaster of the day role in today's meeting. Now, coming with my report further, starting with the Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Azad, you were awesome in terms of starting the meeting today, because what means that means because if we are starting the meeting on a full and with the energy, this means we are trying to inculcate and impart the energy in the audience as well. And you did your job very, very much fantastically, right? You explained the mission statement, you explained the don'ts and do's. Just one recommendation for you, Toastmaster Azad. When you were speaking on the stage, on the virtual dais, your hands were like this. I think let the positive vibrations come towards you so that we are starting on a good note and you are also feeling energetic. That is a humble recommendation for you. Otherwise, you are flawless. President Arushi Kapoor, jolly face, shared short story about humor, about the theme. But also you passed on the message with serenity. Just one recommendation for you, and that is, I think, in the president speech or in the president address, the guest introduction was missed. Maybe there is something which maybe I'm missing, but that is something which was missing. I think we should add guest as well for the guest introduction so that they are feeling connected. Also, in the president's speech or the address, what we can do, we can add some bit about club mission, the membership strength, the DCP goals, a bit about Toastmasters. That is only for the benefit of the guest. I hope I'm coming to the point. Now the Toastmaster Abu Shadab, I already talked about. He made us smile with little smile, ha ha, he, hoo. He even utilized 30 seconds and tried to engage all the audiences. So kudos to Toastmaster Abu Shadab. We can clap for Toastmaster Abu Shadab once again. Plus, the way you recite the poem, I in fact remember that poem right now. If you are happy, then clap your hands. Wow, it was wonderful. I do not have even a single recommendation for you, Toastmaster Abu Shadab. You are really an inspiration for us. Coming to the evaluator number 1, Toastmaster Samir was the speaker number 1. Toastmaster Jaskan was the evaluator number 1. You shared the highlights of the speech, talked about the objective. That was the fantastic job done as per the evaluation part. CRC come sandwich approach was adopted by you, which I would appreciate to you as well, right? So, but just one recommendation for you, and that is should have left the notes. Means there was something which I can say that takeaway was missing, kind of missing in your address. You could have added some takeaway as well. And it was looking that you are completely referring the notes. So in my opinion, if you really want to make the eye contact to the audience, that could also have been added. Speaker number 2 was Toastmaster Navjot. Where are women? Talked about dowry system. The evaluation was done by Nupur Awasthi, Toastmaster Nupur Awasthi. Toastmaster Nupur, you did a wonderful job as an evaluator, shared the highlights of the speech, which is really the essence of a speaker project, and talked about the voice modulation, space utilization, technical part, hand gestures. Maybe because of some time issue, you could not follow that CRC approach. Maybe because the red card was there. So the C, the last commendation, and the S, the summary was missing. This could have been added in terms of the time, if it could have been better utilized. Speaker number 3 was Toastmaster Pandi and Toastmaster Aditya. You did a wonderful job, missed to point out the objective of the speech, talked about content, slow down, the CRC approach you followed. So kudos to you. I'm talking about the supplementary evaluator now, Toastmaster Kuber as a grammarian. You did a fantastic job. You were really comfortable on the stage. You were interacting with the audiences as well. Just one thing to you as a recommendation. Maybe I'm giving the concrete recommendation, but that is really very much necessary for the quality of the meeting, and that is that you were completely referring the notes. So there was no eye contact with the audience, because though we are in the virtual environment, but still we can make the eye contact. This is for you. Plus IOD means idiom of the day was really fantastic. Word of the day was something which I was also trying to avoid using it. Maybe I need to work upon this. Timer Toastmaster Versa detailed report. Kudos to you. There is no feedback for you. There is no recommendation for you. Toastmaster Jatin Agrawal was the counter and nice report out. Kudos. You included everyone. The summary was added. So good job done. Few recommendation for you. That is 3 times you said sorry. I think we are a family, so no need to say sorry. Plus, when you were talking about the evaluator, you were saying the evaluator number 1, evaluator number 2. I think we should add the name of the evaluator, because this is really very much necessary. You can use this in the next report out. Listener Toastmaster Sandra, you talked about you worked as a listener really very much. It was really very much nice. Because why I'm saying this, because you talked about you just worked as a tough teacher, and the questions which you were putting up, they were really nice. Just one recommendation, that was that you ended your report out very abruptly, could have been worked upon. Toastmaster Ajat, multiple hats, so hats off to you. Introduced the table topic nicely. Nice topics were given to all the speakers. There were few topics which could not be understood by the guests. So this is something which can be added, could have been taken care in terms of the guest. Timer, how much? Oh, sorry, I'm on that. Thank you. So there were a few hiccups as well in terms of the technical part. Somebody was speaking and someone else was kind of spotlighted. So that is completely acceptable, because Toastmaster Ajad were playing multiple roles. That is all as a general evaluator for today. Thank you so much. And over to you, Toastmaster Buddy, Toastmaster Abu Shadab.
Thank you so much, Mohan. It's always so nice to have you. And that was amazing. Last but not the least, I'm going to spotlight people. And here's what you have to do is show me your cool moves. I'm sure you have got some few cool moves, right? So here we go. Let me go ahead and quickly play the song. You'll be on spotlight. You know, can you hear the voice? Okay, so the first person will definitely Basha, please, your moves.
With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because
yes,
I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room.
Very good, very nice. Thank you so much. The next person,
clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you
very nice, very nice.
Happiness
next person that we have got is Kubair.
Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do.
Yes, Kubair, come on.
Here come bad news, talking this and that.
That's amazing. The next person that we have is Chani. Here we go. Show us some moves.
Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time.
Awesome, that's super awesome. Mohan, technical evaluator.
If you feel like a room without a roof, because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel
let's go ahead and call the president, Sahiba. President Sahiba. The last one has to be yours. And then please take it over.
Love is too high, bring me down. Can't none bring me down. I said, bring me down. Can't none bring me down. The love is too high, bring me down.
Thank you, Abu. That was such a fantastic way to end your session today. Beautiful. I think this meeting was exceptional, and I hope you all got some laughs and from the theme, the speeches, and the special segment today. I want to give a big shout out to the EC for making this happen, and all the role players. Time and again, everybody comes together and makes a successful meeting. I hope all the guests and the members of the club enjoyed today's meeting. So a special shout out to GE Mohan Singh, who was our savior for today. He stepped in at the last moment because we had a back out from a member. Thank you, Toastmaster Mohan, for coming and giving your special evaluation today. Also, evaluator Nupur Avasti, again, she pitched in at the very last minute and was a saving grace and gave a beautiful evaluation. So thank you for that. Thank you for supporting us today. All right. And I want to give...
Toastmaster Arushi, can we quickly launch the poll for the best anchor that is left?
Right. Okay. I request you to launch the poll, Azad, and I request everybody to vote. Why do we see only Abu's name? Is he the only one? Oh, sorry, my bad. I have submitted my poll. I hope all of you also have submitted your vote.
If you can go ahead.
Thank you, Azad. Yes, so I also want to congratulate a few people who have successfully completed their levels. So Toastmaster Cheryl has completed level 2 of visionary communication. Toastmaster Gauri Dikshit has completed level 1 of visionary communication. Toastmaster Azad has completed level 1 of persuasive influence. And Toastmaster Utkarsh has completed level 1 of innovative planning. So kudos to all of you for completing your levels. I hope you send in a lot of requests and give out more speeches in the upcoming months. We will have the international speech contest, and for you to be qualified to participate, you have to be at least a level 2. So all those who want to participate in the international speech contest, I will recommend you to schedule your speech slots with Toastmaster Aditya, our VP Education, and complete your levels, and then be ready to participate in the international speech contests. So I see a few guests here. If you're willing, can we ask about your experience? If guest Sineha, you could unmute yourself and
Sure.
just tell us your experience about the meeting today.
I really enjoyed, actually. I thought I would be a spectator and just seeing you guys, do your best. But I was, you guys caught me off guard to perform and to speak on a very different topic. I'm not very good at abstract topics, but I really enjoyed it because I really want to use the platform to, build myself. So yeah. Great job, and I really enjoyed the evaluation part and the kind of subcategories you guys have, like listening, then noting down small things like hours, number of full stops and whatever. So yeah, really enjoyed. Kudos to you guys.
Awesome, thank you. And sorry about that. Thank you. And guest Sneha, that's why we have to wear our brown pants as well. You have to come out even if you're scared, even if you're about to shit yourself in a way, and you don't have to show it to the world. So it just has to remain inside you for the world outside. You're a great speaker, and you did the first step by trying. And I'm really happy that you participated, because I remember my first time as a guest, I was a spectator only. And so kudos for taking that first step. Guest Chandni, if you could also share your experience.
Yeah, so this is my second meeting. I've been to the meeting before also, but it's always fun to, join these sessions, and we get to learn a lot from you guys, and we get opportunities to contribute as well. And they're such knowledgeable people and who are doing really good in their fields, and it motivates us in a way to become our best versions. So yeah, thanks for having me here. Yeah.
Awesome. We hope to see you in the upcoming meetings as well. And I hope
I'm looking forward to
yeah, I hope you learned something from our meeting today.
Definitely.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing your feedback. All right, it is now time to disclose the winners for today's meeting. So I would request our tech master and also our Sergeant at Arms to present the certificates. All right, the best speaker undoubtedly goes to Toastmaster Sameer Rawat for always bringing out something hatke, which is something which is out of the ordinary. All right, best table topic speaker goes to guest Anusha, very well spoken. All right, time for our next best speech evaluator awarded to our special segment holder today, as well as evaluator Toastmaster Jaskaran Singh. Best auxiliary role player. She steals all the awards whenever she participates. Goes to Toastmaster Varsha Rai. And the best anchor, of course, goes to Toastmaster Abu Shadab, my favorite person at the club. Many congratulations, Toastmaster Abu. I would now request everyone to have their broadest smiles, put on your video, and we will take a selfie.
I think we should take a pose from one of the guests.
Do you have a poll, Azad?
No, I'm saying we should have the pose picture post from one of the
Pose,
guests.
acha, pose from one of the
My tongue
guests.
was twisted.
Okay, Chandni suggesting one. Probably we can somebody take the picture and would request you everyone to give the pose as Chandni is given it.
ਚੱਪੇ ਚੱਪੇ ਮਾਰ ਛੜੱਪੇ ਟਿੰਗ ਲੱਗ ਲੱਗ ਚੱਟ ਕਰਦਾ ਬਣ ਕੇ ਚੌਰ ਕਲਾਨੀ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਜਲਵਾਲਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਫਿਰਦਾ.
All right, with that, we bring this meeting to an end. Bang on time at 8:30. I wish you all a happy Sunday. And yeah, hope you enjoyed today's meeting. Lots of love to everyone. Keep safe, be corona-free, and bye. See you next Saturday.
And keep coming to our meetings.
See you. Bye.